This wasn't just another car. It was Pontiac's ambitious answer to a muscle car market on life support. Born during the turmoil of fuel crises and emissions regulations, it promised a new kind of performance: turbocharged, efficient, and forward-thinking. But how did this car stack up in an era where big engines were replaced by big compromises? Let's get deep into the history, technology, performance, and legacy of the 1981 Pontiac Trans Am Turbo 4.9. We'll uncover whether it was an underrated car or simply a misunderstood experiment. The late 1970s marked the decline of the muscle car's golden era. Rising fuel prices, two energy crises, and tighter emissions regulations began to squeeze performance cars out of the picture. High-displacement engines like Pontiac's 455 and 400 cubic-inch V8s, once the kings of the road, became impractical in a market obsessed with fuel economy. Pontiac had been a leader in the muscle car world, with its Firebird Trans Am delivering power, style, and performance. But by the end of the decade, it was clear that things had to change. The last proof of the old guard was the 1979 Trans Am equipped with the W72 400 cubic-inch engine, producing a potent 220 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. This engine was capable of a quarter mile in 14.61 seconds, a remarkable feat given the emissions-strangled era. But even that engine was a relic, phased out after 1979 due to corporate average fuel economy standards. Pontiac was now left with smaller, less powerful engines. Among these was the 301 cubic-inch V8, which was originally designed for efficiency, not performance. Faced with these limitations, Pontiac needed a solution to keep the Trans Am's performance credentials intact. Pontiac's engineers saw an opportunity in turbocharging, a technology commonly used in aircraft engines, but still rare in automobiles. By adding a turbocharger to the 301 V8, they hoped to achieve the power of a larger engine without compromising fuel economy or emissions compliance. But what exactly does that mean? Turbo lag refers to the slight delay between pressing the accelerator and the turbocharger delivering the desired power boost. It happens because turbochargers rely on exhaust gases to spin a turbine, which in turn forces more air into the engine for increased performance. In more practical terms, the turbo needs a moment to spool up before you feel the surge of power. For the 1981 Trans Am Turbo, this was especially noticeable due to the Garrett TBO305 turbocharger's design and the relatively small 301 cubic-inch engine it was paired with. The result was the LU8 turbo engine, introduced in 1980 and carried over into 1981. This engine was no simple upgrade. It was a complete overhaul of the naturally aspirated 301. Pontiac reinforced the engine block, added stronger pistons, and equipped it with a high-pressure oil pump. A Garrett TBO305 turbocharger delivered up to 9 pounds of boost, raising output to 210 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque, far surpassing the naturally aspirated version's 150 horsepower. What made the LU8 particularly innovative was its anti-knock system. Using sensors to detect pre-ignition vibrations, it automatically adjusted timing and reduced boost to protect the engine from damage. This system was advanced for its time, reflecting Pontiac's commitment to pushing the boundaries of technology. The LU8 engine was impressive for its time, but it could have been even better with a few key upgrades. For example, adding electronic fuel injection would have made the engine run smoother and more efficiently. EFI gives better control over how much fuel and air the engine uses, especially when the turbo is working hard. This could have reduced the turbo lag and made the car's power feel more consistent. Another missed feature was an intercooler, which cools the air coming from the turbo before it goes into the engine. Cooler air is denser and helps the engine make more power while also protecting it from overheating. Without an intercooler, the turbo couldn't run at its full potential for long periods, which held back the engine's performance. These upgrades were possible and showed how much Pontiac engineers were thinking ahead. If they'd had more time or resources, the LU8 engine could have been even stronger and more reliable, making the Turbo Trans Am a real impressive muscle car for its time. But the 1981 Trans Am Turbo was not just about what was under the hood. It made a statement on the outside too. One of its most striking features was the hood bulge, necessary to accommodate the turbocharger and carburetor. This design choice gave the car a bold and aggressive look that immediately set it apart. Adding to its visual appeal was the iconic Firebird hood decal. reimagined with larger flames to symbolize the turbocharged power within. Optional turbo flow wheels, cast in aluminum, further enhanced its sporty appearance. Buyers could also opt for the WS6 performance package, which added upgraded suspension components, 4 wheel disc brakes, and a quicker steering ratio. Even without the WS6, the Turbo Trans Am came with a well-balanced suspension and the J65 rear disc brakes as a standalone option. Inside, the car offered a blend of comfort and performance-focused features: power windows, adjustable steering, and a unique boost indicator on the hood scoop created an engaging driving experience. The boost indicator was simple yet effective: 3 orange lights, labeled normal, medium, and high. They would light up to show how hard the turbo was working. For all of its technological advancements, how did the 1981 Trans Am Turbo perform in the real world? While the LU8 engine delivered respectable numbers for its time, it couldn't fully replicate the raw power of Pontiac's earlier big block V8s. Its 0 to 60 mph time of just over 9 seconds and quarter-mile time of around 17 seconds were solid compared to other cars of the era. The Camaro Z28, for example, produced only 190 horsepower from its 5.7-liter V8, while Ford's turbocharged Mustang managed only 131 horsepower. But the Turbo Trans Am's performance was hindered by its mandatory 3-speed automatic transmission and a 3.08:1 rear axle ratio, which prioritized highway cruising over acceleration. Turbo lag, a delay in power delivery as the turbo spooled up, also affected its responsiveness. Drivers used to the instant torque of a big block engine found the Turbo Trans Am's power delivery less than thrilling. And yet, the car offered a unique driving experience. Its V8 retained the classic rumble that muscle car enthusiasts loved, while the turbo added a futuristic edge. For those willing to embrace its quirks, the Turbo Trans Am provided a blend of nostalgia and innovation. Pontiac knew how to market the Turbo Trans Am. In 1980, it served as the official pace car for the Indianapolis 500, and a limited edition Indy race car package was released to commemorate the event. With distinctive graphics and exclusive features, these cars became instant collectibles. Hollywood also played a role in cementing the Turbo Trans Am's legacy. Burt Reynolds drove one in Smokey and the Bandit 2, introducing it to audiences worldwide. These high-profile appearances reinforced the car's image as a bold, stylish performer. Despite its strengths, the Turbo Trans Am did face its fair share of criticism. The turbocharged engine was ahead of its time, and the automotive industry was still learning how to optimize this technology. The LU8's carbureted setup limited its efficiency and power potential, and the anti-knock system, while innovative, could cut power unexpectedly if low-octane fuel was used. This led to complaints about inconsistent performance. Critics also compared it unfavorably to the W72 power Trans Ams of the late 1970s. While the Turbo Trans Am was faster than most of its 1981 competitors, it could not match the raw acceleration of its predecessors. These challenges contributed to the car's reputation as an underperformer, a perception that overshadowed its many achievements. But as time passed, the Turbo Trans Am's reputation began to shift. Collectors started to recognize its significance as the last Trans Am powered by a Pontiac V8 and the final model of the second-generation Firebird. Its unique turbocharged engine and distinctive design made it a standout in Pontiac's history. Finding a well-preserved Turbo Trans Am today is no easy task. Many were driven hard and then neglected. But those that remain in good condition are climbing in value. Enthusiasts appreciate them for their blend of style, innovation, and cultural significance. The Turbo Trans Am represents both a milestone and a missed opportunity. Pontiac engineers had big plans for the LU8 engine. With more time and resources, they may have developed an electronic fuel injection system, switched to a blow-through turbo setup, and added an intercooler. These upgrades could have significantly improved performance and reliability. Unfortunately, corporate decisions and market pressures cut these efforts short. By 1982, the Firebird had been redesigned, and Pontiac no longer produced its own V8 engines. The Turbo Trans Am was left as a fascinating what-if in the history of American performance cars. The 1981 Pontiac Trans Am Turbo 4.9 may never achieve the legendary status of its big block predecessors, but it still deserves recognition for what it accomplished. It was a bold experiment during a time when performance cars were under siege. With its innovative turbocharged engine, striking design, and cultural impact, The Turbo Trans Am proved that Pontiac wasn't afraid to take risks. It kept the muscle car dream alive during one of the industry's toughest periods, and paved the way for future turbocharged performance vehicles. The 1981 Pontiac Trans Am Turbo 4.9 wasn't just a car, it was an impressive creation, a blend of innovation, style, and resilience. It defied the odds to become a unique chapter in automotive history. So, was it a muscle car underdog or a misunderstood hero? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're curious about another rare classic, check out this next video on some other rare and unbelievable muscle cars.